Welcome, everyone, to 24/7 Sports. I am Tom Loy alongside the 105 guys. We've got Director of Scouting Andrew Ivins and National Analyst Cooper Patagna. Signing day is right around the corner, so we're looking at 2025 recruiting classes all across the country and bringing fans a look at their soon-to-be signees. We're going to hit a few superlatives and clearly state our take on a lot of these guys. So today we're looking at Michigan. The Wolverines currently have the number 13 ranked recruiting class in 2025, and there are 18 commits set to play for head coach Sherrone Moore. Andrew, we will start with you. Give me a guy with early draft pick potential, somebody with elite traits now that could find himself drafted early in the NFL draft in the next couple of years.
Tom, I'm going with the biggest win to date for Sherrone Moore on the recruiting trail. That's Andrew Babalola. Cooper calls him Babs. I think some people in Ann Arbor call him Babs as well. Number 11 overall player for us right now. Number 2 ranked offensive tackle. I think you can make the case that he might have the highest ceiling out of all the tackles in the class of 2025, and it is a loaded year at the position. I mean, he is green, but he's got all the ingredients to bake into a potential franchise corner protector. And I think going to Michigan, that's the perfect situation with Sherrone Moore there. Andrew Babalola, former basketball-focused athlete, still kind of finding it on the football field. But what he has put on tape as a senior, he's found an aggressive side. He is finishing, and then he's got the length. He's got the reactionary skills. It is all there. He's just going to need some time to keep progressing. But, man, again, if it comes all together, this is a first-round pick, night one of the NFL draft, walking across the stage.
Yeah, I'll echo that with what Andrew's saying. You know, you think about Michigan, what they've done just in terms of the top 100 of their class, and they're starting to add to it here. But premium position value, right, with Andrew Babalola. And Andrew talked about the basketball background. And it's been really, really easy for us to fall in love with Andrew Babalola because he's everything that you want. He's over 6'5". He's 275 pounds. He's not lean to the point that you're worried about it. Once he gets to campus, it's going to be 6 months, and he's going to be up to 310, 315, especially in that Michigan weight program. So I love this kid, and especially the reactionary quickness. And Andrew said it. I think the most important part for Andrew Babalola has been the physical temperament from his junior to his senior season. We have always loved the athlete, but the physical nature of his being, the way that he has grown from year to year, is a big development, not only for him, but for Michigan as well. He's still going to take a little bit of time, but certainly after you redshirt him, I think he should be ready to go. And super, super excited about his future because I think Michigan offers him the best chance to be successful, not only on Saturdays, but beyond that as well.
A coach that missed on him told me Andrew Babalola should be finding a place to go to medical school down the road, but he happens to be a monster with an NFL future. So love the kid. I went with Andrew Babalola as well. Incredible upside. Might need a little bit of time before, he becomes the guy at Michigan, but no reason why he can't one day be a first rounder. Day one impact, Cooper, we will go to you, a guy who will see the field early and often at Michigan. Who do you got?
Well, I'm glad I got the right of first refusal here because I know Andrew loves 2 guys, and I think I'm going to pick one. Hopefully he doesn't pick the same guy, but I'm going to go with Andrew Olesh, the tight end. And I think you look at Michigan's tight end room and what does it look like outside of Colston Loveland next year. And I think Olesh is one of those guys, very, very sneaky guy. He's kind of worked his way into our top 50, 6'5", 220 pounds. He runs exceptionally well at 4'6". He's got exceptional short area quickness. He's a natural receiver as well, and he's not afraid to kind of stick his head in there also as an inline blocking tight end. So he kind of encompasses everything that Michigan has had at the tight end position. I love his developmental upside. I think this is one of the more exciting tight end prospects that we've seen at Michigan, maybe since Colston Loveland. And you go back, and obviously they have a rich tradition of that. But I think a little bit circumstantial, and I think the other part of it, this kid's ready to play. He's a really good player. He's got a unique skill set as well.
So I was going to go with Ivan Taylor here, our number 2 ranked safety. Michigan's going to have to hold on to him. Ike Taylor's kid. I'm a huge, huge fan. But I changed my pick here at the last minute. I'm going to go with the other Andrew in the class, Andrew Marsh, top 247 wide receiver for us. This kid has produced down in the state of Texas for 4 straight years now. He's got over 3,000 career receiving yards, close to 40 touchdowns. Excited to see him and vet him at the All-American Bowl in January, see him go best against best and what he looks like against those other elite defensive backs. But I think about Michigan, right, and where they need to improve, where they need playmakers. It's on the perimeter, and Andrew Marsh, he's a guy that can create separation. He can break guys off, and he can go get the football. So for me, I think it's kind of a need, and he has the traits. He has the speed. He has the size to play as a freshman. So Andrew Marsh is going to be my pick on this one.
Andrew Marsh, you got Washington still pushing hard there. Andrew Olesh, I think the biggest competition right now is Notre Dame. Penn State's also in play. But I'm going to go with defensive back Ivan Taylor, another guy being heavily pursued by Alabama. And again, they got to hold on to him because I think just like you do, Ivans, he's a special talent, terrific player. Got to keep him from flipping to the Crimson Tide. But if they're successful on that front, I see him playing early and often at Michigan. Love his overall ability, just an exceptional football player. Boomer bust. Ivans, will go to you first. I got an intriguing talent who could potentially outperform or underachieve his current ranking. Kind of a mystery. Who do you got, man?
No shortage of options in this recruiting class, which I don't know if is a good thing or a bad thing. I have two guys, so hopefully I'm not stealing one from you. But they're two big corners that I like. Shamari Earls, our number 9 ranked corner, number 67 overall player. Michigan flips him from Georgia. And this is a kid, Cooper mentioned it, I think, on CBS Sports the other day. We were talking about potentially making him a 5-star prospect. He has missed time as a senior, dealing with a foot ankle injury. So it's been hard to get an updated evaluation, but he's a member of my 23-plus sub-11 club. So that's over 23 feet in the long jump, under 11 seconds in the 100-meter dash. Love everything that he has put on tape. Two-way player there in Virginia. And then the other guy, Jaden Sanders, big, long, reactionary corner, former wide receiver, number 15 ranked corner for us right now out of the state of Texas. Can maintain phase, will use his hands. Have some questions about maybe that top end gear, but man, I think Michigan could have quite the tandem here. You can play one field, one boundary side if they were to both hit.
Yeah, they're killing it in the secondary in terms of what they've been able to add. And I know there's still some prospects out there that they're working on, but Shamari Earls is the pick for me as well, Drew. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, to kind of put it in context, you talked about 5-star status. It wouldn't shock me 3 to 4 years from now in giving the I guess, a little bit of risk that Andrew Babaloa is, even given the developmental upside. Shamari Earls could be the guy that hears his name called first out of this entire class here. I mean, 6'1", 3/4, over 200 pounds. He's got long arms as well, and he's still got room to grow. Now, he's been banged up this year, as Andrew mentioned, but you can play him at corner, at the boundary spot. I think he could potentially even grow into a safety. I love his ability playing closer to the line of scrimmage as well. And really, Drew, I've kind of mentioned this in past videos, but like, you see who these guys are when they play multiple phases, multiple positions. Shamari Earls is a football player that has elite athletic traits, and he's going to a place that is going to develop him exceptionally well. So I'm excited for Shamari Earls, what he can be. Looking forward to him getting healthy, but he's got a big ceiling. I think the biggest thing is availability. If he can stay healthy, stay on the field, then he's got a shot to really kind of surge past all his counterparts here, and Michigan can get a really good one.
My boomer bust is also in the secondary. I got safety Kainoa Winston, whether he's a second, third rounder, potentially 6th or 7th, I'm not really sure, but I do see him going to Michigan, playing early, making an impact and having a great career. He's just a guy who can do it on both sides of the ball. He'll obviously play in the secondary at Michigan, but I just really like this get for the Wolverines. Diamond in the rough, Cooper, go back to you, a 3-star prospect, or at least close, who could surprise some people, have a really good college career, and maybe even find himself drafted.
I'm going to go with big Benny Patterson out of Indiana, Tom. And this is a kid that Michigan flipped from Cincinnati. You turn on the tape, you understand why they were in it and trying to get this guy in the maize and blue. Can play 1 technique, 3 technique. He's versatile, quick first step off the line of scrimmage. He's got speed to power, super disruptive, both in the run, in the pass. So I like this kid. And this is the type of guy, I keep going back to it. I mean, I've talked about this with Olesh and Earls, but this is a developmental program. These are the type of guys that you have to keep home in the Midwest, guys that get glossed over. Michigan does an incredible job of unearthing these type of guys. I think Benny Patterson kind of fits the mold of that.
For me, it's Eli Owens, our number 33 ranked tight end. This guy is a sledgehammer of an H-back, and I think he fits Michigan to a T. I mean, he is hard-nosed, lunch pail, just throw whatever blue-collar term you got out there. I love this dude. Both sides of the football. I think he embodies Michigan football, point of attack, line of scrimmage, red numbers across the board, right? Everything says no, not to bet on this guy, but I have a strong conviction that he's going to make plays there in Ann Arbor. He's going to be an ace on special teams. I just love the fit there at Michigan for Eli Owens.
Eli Owens, best personality, funniest kid in the class. He's really the leader of that group. He's a great character. But I went with running back Jasper Parker. One day I think he's going to hear his name drafted. I think he's going to have a good career. He can do it all. And I really like that kid. I know he may not have elite speed, but he does everything really well. And I think he's going to get coached up well in Ann Arbor. But that wraps it up. As I said before, we're going to hit a bunch of schools leading up to December's early signing period. But for Andrew Ivins and Cooper Patagna, I am Tom Loy. As always, stay locked to 247sports.com.